Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. I don't know what this was, but welcome to Starry Tarot. It is good to see you if you are returning. Hello again, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. And thank you so much for your subscription. Here. Get this lit. So welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for this evening or afternoon or morning, early morning, wherever you are in the world. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. That is a no-no. I cannot do that. And if I knew somebody who could, I still wouldn't recommend you, because if you are having a legal or medical issue, do consult a professional, please. Thank you. And today we are using the Black Cats Tarot deck. This is a gift from John, I want to say like maybe 2 years ago or so. Love this little deck. It's adorable. So yeah, no health nor legal questions. I can answer any of your questions, but I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, all of my information can be found in the chat there. I just posted it. I have been offering that professionally for about 3.5 years now. I've had this channel for about 4.5 years, almost 5 years now. But yeah, that is all of my information regarding my mediumship readings. But yeah, I answer questions of all types. I answer a lot of romance questions, questions of the heart, questions of friendship, questions of coworkers, family members, etc. And oftentimes people will ask me, what does this person truly think about me, or what does this person truly feel about me, or what is this person's true intentions towards me? And for that, for any of the three of those questions, I highly recommend my love reading that I do, or TFI reading. It answers all three questions essentially in one. Their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions towards you, as well as your general energies towards them and their general energies towards you in the connection. And it's no additional donation amount. It's the same amount as a regular question. Dang, these... I don't know if this incense is burning. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, it's just very slow. So yes, I highly recommend that if you are questioning what someone's thoughts, or feelings, or intentions are in general towards you. This is not, I don't believe in the whole twin flame thing. I'm not going to get on my soapbox now, but I just don't. There's aspects of it that I find to be rather toxic. But with that having been said, I am still very much a romantic, and I do absolutely believe in soulmates. I offer a soulmate confirmation reading that works in one of two ways. It's your choice. Either we can ask your spirit guides, hey, do they give their blessing to this person that you have in question? And it doesn't have to be, we have many soulmates in this life, in every life. We have many soulmates, and they're not always romantic. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're family members, sometimes they're animal friends. And speaking of which, speaking of animal friends, I also do animal energy readings for our furry friends who are both with us and who have passed on. But the way that the soulmate reading works is one of two ways. Either we ask for your spirit guides, like, hey, do you give your blessing towards this person and their connection in the parent's life, or confirmation, yes or no. Is this person indeed a soulmate of person in question? Um, and they'll answer right away. So that is another reading suggestion that I offer. I also do past life regression readings. I've never seen past. I've been studying and participating in past life regression since I was very young, and I've been regressed through hypnosis, through guided meditation. I've regressed others through guided meditation, not hypnosis, not yet. But I also developed my own past life regression reading tool using tarot and my connection to spirit. And we can ask, we have many, as much as we have many soulmates, we have just as many past lives. Well, maybe not an equal amount, but we have many past lives. So when I ask spirit to illustrate a past life of yours, it doesn't have to be like the intent says with the description there. It doesn't have to be a past life of yours that is most relevant to your current life's journey right now. It could be any type. It could be one that illustrates, the life you lived that had the most hardships and difficulties that you had to overcome. I know those definitely pop up a lot, sometimes unasked, and they always make people feel very grateful for what they do have. Or conversely, we can ask, which one of your past lives was the most blessed, the most fortunate, the easiest to navigate, and what aspects of that are you still? Because what past life regression is really doing is illustrating not just your soul's tapestry, like I always say, but it's also illuminating and identifying certain aspects of ourselves and who we are, and our fears, our dreams, our desires. A lot of those are derived from past lives that are ingrained in our souls, in our DNA, really, in our souls. I've definitely identified irrational fears in people. Like, I'll explain, I'll be doing a past life reading for someone, I'll say, and oftentimes, almost every time, the death is explained, like how you passed away in that past life is explained. And oftentimes people have a deep-seated fear of whatever that death happened to have been, what manner of death that was. Like, say, you passed in a fire in a past life, and you have an irrational fear of fire, that explains that. Or maybe you had an accident and fell from a great height and didn't die, but it explains, which, a fear of heights isn't irrational per se. It's actually quite natural. I mean, snakes, height. There's like 4 things, and spiders, I think, is another one that people are naturally inclined and supposed to be fearful of. It's in order to preserve our survival. But yes, so I can ask and illustrate past life reading in whatever capacity you would be interested in. I also offer private readings offline. I offer 2 different types of private readings. One of them is more for readings of discretion. It's at no additional donation amount. And I do that over Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. I do that over DMs, recorded voice memos over DMs. And like I mentioned, it is at no additional donation amount than what is listed here, but it is not live. So there is the advantage of, if discretion is something you are looking for. I know some readers don't provide that just immediately, but I do. Or if you need me and I haven't been online, send me your donation, send me a message, and I'll get back to you in 24 hours with your reading. Either I can also do it typed over email if you don't do Instagram. But oftentimes, like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go live tomorrow, for instance. Say you have a question. I know there's definitely a lot of people that come by and say, oh, like, I needed you yesterday, but you weren't on. Well, I always have a deck of cards. I always have a deck of cards, and I can always read for you within 24-hour turnaround. If not, I'll just refund you your money. But even when I'm traveling, I always have a deck of cards on me. So I highly encourage that, because I've had quite a few clients lately who've been like, oh, I needed you like on this night and you weren't on. I need to remind people, like, that's fine. If I'm not on, I can still read for you. I still have a deck of cards. Just means I don't have 2 hours to set aside to go on my live stream. But do I have 5-10 minutes to set aside for a reading? Absolutely, yeah. I always do. Always do. So that's one option there. Other option that I highly recommend is my private one-on-one readings. Those are by appointment only, and it's just me and you. You can provide me with all of the backstory that you feel is necessary, and there's no limitation to the number of cards that we pull. There's no limitation to the number of questions that we answer. There's no limitation, with time permitting. Like, you can always extend your time. If we say if you've booked for an hour session and say it goes over an hour, if we both have time permitting, we can always extend it. It happens quite often. Or if we get to the bottom of things faster than the allotted time, I'm happy to to talk about other things too, and move on to a different topic. We can cover a number of topics in one session. It doesn't have to be like, oh, we can only talk about this one issue. It's like, no, bring on another issue. That's fine. We can talk about, like, and that happens quite often as well. Like, I'll have a client who has issue, matters of the heart, but they also have a question about their job or their coworker. Very normal, and I am more than happy to accommodate. I don't know what is up with these incense cones that I got. The rose scented, and it seems like every time I try to light them, they just eventually stop burning, don't continue, like incense cones should. They're a little harder. Maybe they're old. I don't know. I got them from the smoke store, incense shop place not too long ago. And they smell strong. Anyhow. So yes, highly recommend booking a private reading with me, especially if you're going through something that's particularly tumultuous and has like a lot of backstory to it or context. I highly recommend that. What else? I think that is all with my spiel. So the donation list is open. So whoever donates next will be next. And again, all of my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Thank you. And we just received a donation from Priyanka. Hey girl, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and add you. So you want to know Arvin's current feelings for you. Did you hi Priyanka, how you doing, girl? Did you just want to ask what Arvin's feelings were for you, or did you want to ask the thoughts, feelings, and intentions? And what's Arvin's sign again? And what's your sign, love? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Arvin's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Priyanka? You're a Gemini, and he is a Capricorn. Okay. And I need to remember to speak up because the microphone on this laptop is a little cruddy. Need to replace it. Okay, Priyanka, we have Two of Swords, Eight of Cups reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Cups, Judgment reversed. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, Judgment reversed. Ten of Wands reversed. Queen of Swords. Three of Wands reversed. Four of Cups. And Knight of Swords, Gemini card. But you're the Gemini, and that's his energy. Okay. All right, girl. So let's start with his general energies. We have the Two of Swords and the your general energies. Your general energies, we have the Two of Swords and we have the Ten of Wands reversed. Ten of Swords is a card of confusion. It's a card of either not knowing which direction to go with someone. I don't know, and please correct me if I'm wrong if this isn't how you feel about Arvin, but I do feel like okay, so the traditional artwork of the Two of Swords is it's in darkness. It's the moon is in the background, and the individual in the original artwork is covered. They're blindfolded. They can't see, and they're in the dark. And I feel like that's very much the energy that I'm picking up from you right now. Is like, where is he at emotionally? Where is he at? Even physically, possibly. I do get the sense that there was possibly a rhythm in your communication that's been broken with this Ten of Wands reversed. I feel like there. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the sense that the two of you aren't currently, or you haven't spoken maybe for a little longer than it's normally been between the two of you. And there are often things that come to your mind, especially you being a Gemini and being very communicative. There's things that you want to talk to him about. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's things that you want to share with him. Yeah, he gives mixed signals, so stop talking. Yeah, girl, I was dating a Capricorn not too long ago, and that was the name of the game. I'm still friends with him, but it was long distance, so it didn't work. But also, just the name of the game was just like, and I don't know if this is with every Capricorn, but he was the first Capricorn I dated, and it was very much mixed signals, very mixed signals there. And yeah, there would be times where like I felt like communication was unfair, like I was sharing too much, or not sharing too much, but I was like reaching out to him more than he was reaching out to me, and then I'd get frustrated, and sometimes he wouldn't even notice that he, had a text to respond to or a phone call, things like that, and it would be very frustrating. I felt very much in the dark. And if he's a Capricorn, I'm going to suspect that he works a lot, that his life is his work. That's like of the utmost importance to him right now. And his general energy that I'm seeing, we have Judgment reversed and the Knight of Swords. I don't want to say, because on one hand, you are definitely on his mind. This Knight of Swords indicates, yes, he is thinking about you. He does think about you from time to time. But with this Judgment reversed card, this really gives me, and I'll get to it in the other cards as well. This really tells me that this is not a you thing. This is not a you thing. This isn't something that you said to push him away or anything like that. This isn't anything that where he was just like, oh, I just don't think it's gonna work. This is a him thing. So this is making, and you are on his mind, and especially you being a Gemini too, Knight of Swords being your court card. Whenever I see the Knight of Swords, I always tell people, like, do trust and believe this person's thinking about you. They might even be thinking about you, like, right now. You're definitely on his mind. But he's also, like, Judgment reversed is usually someone who's really hard on themselves. I don't know if that is kind of the energy that I'm getting, is he's very hard on himself. He puts a lot of pressure on himself to succeed, to do well. He's very ambitious. And I think that, especially him being a Capricorn, not to keep on going back to that, but I am an astrologer too. With him being a Capricorn, how I mentioned, the Pentacles are, they are the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles are their world. I'm not saying money is absolutely everything to them, but work and money are very, very, very important factors in everybody's life, but especially theirs. And they don't, and if he's not feeling totally financially stable and solid, that might be this self-judgment that's keeping him, it's not keeping him away from you per se, because I do feel like he does want to continue communicating with you, just possibly not quite as often until he's established himself a bit more in his work and his finances. But the problem with that, girl, is I've often seen with Capricorns is nothing is ever good enough with them. They win, and they win, and they still feel very self-critical, self-doubtful. Like I told you, I'm still friends with the guy that it didn't work out with not too long ago, and he was just telling me the other day how little faith he has in like giving presentations, and then I told him he'd slay, and he did, and he does every single time, and he always feels he's gonna lose his job. He never does. Like it's nothing is ever like good for him. Nothing's ever. It's always like the worst. But then when I actually like reflect to him, like, hey, you just told me that you got this promotion, you got this, that, and the other. You just got flown out here. You're doing well. Yes, he stays busy. Communication is not that constant. I wonder sometimes if he is involved with someone else. He might be. But I mean, because it is a possible possibility. I don't know, especially if you guys are long distance. That was another thing in my situation, was I had to accept he may be dating other people because he lived on the other side of the country, and I had every right to date other people too. I didn't want to, and then I did, and then I got tangled with someone else. So anyway, but yeah, it is a possibility. But what I'm seeing here, like if there's distance between you, that's no bueno, regardless of what sign someone is. Unless there's like unlimited resources and time and money to visit the person regularly, um, it's very very difficult to maintain. It's a very difficult balance to maintain, and I think that's something, Capricorns are very very logical. They're extremely logical. They're all about logic, and if he's not seeing logic in this connection, um, that I'll tell you that. Okay, well, let's get into this. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. He doesn't want to walk away from you. He's having, but he knows that it would probably be, there's something that would be logical about walking away from you, but it's very difficult for him to do that. You're in a different state. There you go. Yeah, yeah. So same with me and the Capricorn I was talking about. Different state, different other side of the country. I'm in California. He was in New York. So hard to maintain, and those Capricorns, they see the logic in everything. They're not the most romantic sign. They do believe in love and they do want love, just as everyone does, but they're certainly not the most romantic sign. And he is thinking with his mind and not his heart right now. A little bit of both, because he's, like I said, he can't walk away from you. We have it in this reversed form, this Eight of Cups. He's not able to, for whatever reason, he doesn't want to. He knows he probably should, but he doesn't want to. He does want to continue communicating with you. With this Queen of Swords, he thinks that the communication between you is valuable, and it makes him happy. But he also is starting to feel some pressure too with the distance, and knowing that you truly deserve the best. I'll get to that in a moment too, because he really does feel like you're a really wonderful woman, and I do feel like it's definitely more the distance than his work. I often wonder in my situation, like if I had lived in the same place as that guy, if things would have worked out, if it was indeed the distance or if it was something else. I think, who knows, but in this case, I feel like that distance really is troubling for him. His feelings, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Wands reversed. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles reversed. He feels as though there's an unfair balance. There's some kind of unfair balance between the two of you, and I think he recognizes that he isn't able to communicate with you as like quickly or as availably, I guess I should say, as you are to him, and I think he, even if you haven't explicitly told him like, hey, I really miss you when I don't hear from you. He knows, he knows that there's a certain rhythm with communication, and the rhythm gets off. People notice, especially women. We tend to notice those things, and he can sense. I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I'm seeing it here with this Three of Wands reverse. Three of Wands being a card of impatience. I think I did say it earlier that I don't know how long the two of you have been talking for now. I don't know if it's been a few months. If it's been around, if we're at like the 3-month point, he's, and again, you likely haven't said anything to him about wanting to speed things up or wanting more communication. It's just something that he's sensing, something that he's picking up. And it's also based on logic too. When you've been talking to someone romantically for a certain amount of time, at a certain more than 2 months. Oh, okay, so it's just a little over 2 months. Because I always say it's that 3-month period. I think 1 to 3 months. That's when things should start being discussed about where things are heading here. Where is this going? What is, I hate to put it this way, but what's the purpose of our communication? Is it just friendship, or do we take this to another level? Sounds like it is more than friendship. Like I'm sure there's flirtation between the two of you. So I think he's trying to it sounds like it's around that point where, from a logical standpoint, especially someone who's very logical, which she is, it's like even if you haven't said anything, he knows that this is around the time you start establishing things, and I think he's feeling confused too with this Eight of Cups reversed. It's like he doesn't want to. On one hand, he doesn't want to walk away because he does see value in your communication and what you guys do have, but he also knows that at least at this time he can't give you everything that you truly deserve. And I see this here with his intentions, this beautiful Ace of Cups and Four of Cups. He really does value you, girl. He really does think you are a gem of a woman. You've got it all. You're worth loving. You're worth being loved. You're beautiful. You're kind. You're nurturing. You're warm. And that's what. And he believes that a woman like that deserves the best. And he believes with this Four of Cups that there's something missing with him and you. There's like one final cup that needs to be filled that can't be filled for you or for him. But I really see the concern being, I don't want to say unselfish because it's about both of you, but there is definitely a concern when it comes to you, like wanting to be able to give you what you deserve, but knowing full well that at this time he's unable to. So it's tough with those earth signs. Do you feel he was involved with someone while being with me? I'm not seeing the Three of Cups or anything here. There's certain cards where I will say, like, hey, like, do you ever get the sense that there's another person? We do have the Three of Wands reversed here, but I don't see that as a third party card. I see you being confused about a possible third party with the Two of Swords. But I honestly, like I said before, yes, it is a possibility. It's not the question we asked, so it's not here. But I also think that it would be here if it were happening. Possibly, depending on how deep it would be, if there was another person, it might have been something really casual and brief, that didn't result in anything. So Spirit's not mentioning anything. But from what I'm seeing here, I'm not seeing any other women. I'm seeing a really busy guy who lives far away from you and thinks that that you deserve the best. And Capricorns really do want to give their best in everything in life, to their partners as well. And he feels that there's an imbalance here with the Six of Pentacles reversed. Yes, we had a fight about that and stopped talking. Oh, you had a fight about you suspecting that he was with another person? So he said that I'm assuming he said that he wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Guys can be liars. Women can be liars too. People can be liars. There's a chance that he was lying if he said no to you. But I also feel like because you guys met, I'm assuming the two of you met long distance. There's you can only expect so much from a long distance when something's starting. I hate to put it this way, but like just coming from someone who just got out of something long distance, you can't expect too much from a long distance connection. Like I actually met the guy here. Jessica, hey girl, how are you? Good to see you. Just telling my story about who. I met the guy here in California, but he lived in New York. And yeah, there's that. Even though we met here, it was still very, very hard. We met in person. We kissed, blah blah. But so we knew we liked each other, but there was still that distance. And I'm good, Jessica. I'm good. I'm doing well. yeah, that distance is really, really rough. And I do think that he's such a busy guy. I don't really see another person, and I don't. Yeah, I'm just not kind of getting that energy that he's really focused on. And I don't know how you guys met either. I think there's also some with him. There's some safety in dating someone um, long distance. Whereas if he were to date someone who lived closely to him, there would be more pressure put on him to, like I said, because he wants to be the very, very best to any partner whom he's with. Um, Capricorns are very selective. So he's talking to you for a reason, but he also wants to be able. I want to date once I get settled. Absolutely, Jessica. Thank you. Um, yeah, he just wants to give you the very best, and can't at this time. Um, I don't understand why he'd get mad about you asking about him dating another person, because you guys are far away, and it's not. And if it's not something you guys talked about, like, hey, are we exclusive or not? And I don't think that was an out of reach question for you to ask Priyanka. I don't think that was out of bounds at all. And I just don't understand why he'd get upset either. Um, it seems a little strange that he would get upset. Because he could just say no, but I also don't know, what the context of the rest of the conversation was. Could have felt, wrongly accused, or he could be hiding something. I'm not sure, but if he is seeing someone else, I mean, it is another question. We ask what his thoughts, feelings, and intentions are, but I do, the energy that I'm picking up from him that's the strongest is busy guy, and I don't mean like busy with the ladies. I mean like he works a lot, and that's his main thing is work, um, and so it leaves very little time. Because I was always wondering the same thing too, girl, with the guy I was just talking about, my aforementioned long distance guy. I was always wondering it too, but I never asked. But I was always wondering, and then I finally just like realized, yeah, he probably is. And so I started dating other guys too, and found out it can be a lot more fun to date people. It is a lot more fun to date people that are close to you. Um, but it could also be, you know, we like who we like, and it can be rough when they're far away. I stopped his visits and blocked him. His visits? So he would come and visit you? Oh, okay. Huh. So he was making effort to come see you, and you would go visit him? Did you ever visit him? And furthermore, if you did visit him, did you ever get the sense that there was another lady? Would come once a month for 2 weeks or so. Okay, okay. Wow. Well, that's some effort there. I did not know that. Wow. My dude man didn't do that. No. Yeah, yeah. And that's what I'm sensing, girl. Is oh no, you didn't visit him. Oh, because I was gonna say, yeah, he was always coming to visit you. Okay, okay. Hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's a little odd that he'd get upset over you asking a very valid question like that. You're at the two little over 2 month point mark, and you just ask if you guys are exclusive or if you're seeing someone else, and you guys live far away, that's, like I said, it's not, that wasn't an out of bounds question to ask by any means. I know, that's what made me feel he was like, yeah, yeah, coming from a logical perspective here, girl, if I'm gonna wear the logic cap, that does seem suspicious, getting mad about a valid question. And you not seeing his place and his space. I know he was always visiting you, but yeah. You're very welcome. You are very welcome, Priyanka. Much love and light to you, and I hope some clarity was found here, and that there is clarity in the situation. All right. All right, so the donation queue is currently open. Whoever donates next will be next. Thank you. Leah! Oh my god! Hey girl, hey! How are you doing? I don't know if I've seen you since I moved to my new place, but here I am. Crisis. Oh dear. Let's try and avert this. What's going on? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, girl, for your donation. Did you have two questions or did you want a 10 card reading? I regret doing this so much. Girl, talk to me. What's up? Sorry you're going through whatever you're going through. And we just received a donation from Miss Jessica. Thank you, girl. Let me go ahead. You feel like crashing out. What's up, girl? What's your question, Leah? What do you mean you feel like crashing out? It's okay, love. No, I don't see it in the chat. Does anyone else see it? Yeah, all I see is hi, crisis. I regret doing this so much. F word, I feel like crashing out. And I've left my question in the chat. Don't know if you can see it, and I don't see it. Jessica doesn't see it either. And is he going to just go cold on me now that we've done the deed? Okay, so that's all I see is, and is he, so what is his name? I only saw the second part, not the first part, love. All I see is, and is he going to just go cold on me now that we've done the deed? What is his name and what's his sign? I'm assuming you're closing it. Okay, well, Kyrus returned my coach bag I've left in his dorm. So this is 2 questions, right? Okay, okay, honey. Not a problem. Alright, let's get into this. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Oh, I hate it when, someone took something from you. I've had Marc Jacobs sunglasses stolen. The list could go on. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left in his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left at his dorm? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will Kiera's return the coach bag Leah left at his dorm? I just hope that he doesn't act like a prick now. I went over to his today and I've left it there. Oh no. I hate it when I leave stuff at guys' places. I always do it accidentally. I can't tell you how many times I've done it accidentally. Like, it's always, I used to do it on purpose when I was younger. I don't do that anymore. And no tea, no shade to people who do. I hate it. I'm just like, because I don't want people to think that, like, at least that's where I'm at. We have the Chariot reversed, the Magician reversed, the Sun reversed, 2 of Swords, and Justice. No justice, no truth. No justice, no peace. It doesn't look good, girl. I couldn't see, it was dark, and it's not my room. Oh man, I need to get my stuff back. My iPad is in there. Girl, yeah. He needs to return your stuff. Here's what I see happening. With this Justice card here, I hate saying that. I hate having this. I do think you're gonna get your stuff back. I do. But I think it's gonna be through somebody else, with the Chariot reversed, the Magician reversed, the Sun reversed. These are all like, the energy that I'm getting from the cards is like outsourcing. Like, there will be justice. That's what Spirit is saying. If Spirit says there's going to be justice and there will be a return, then that's what Spirit is saying. But with these, and then also this 2 of Swords too, I feel like there's a cohort of his who he's going to like deliver. I don't see who he outsourced it to. Like a friend of his. I don't know. You have no mutuals. I don't believe it's a mutual friend. I believe he's gonna like have a friend send it over. Like, it's cold energy, but it is an energy of return. I can't lie. You said you went. Did you say you went over to his place today? Did you get cold energy from him? Because that's like the overwhelming, like, yeah, maybe someone who knows that. Yeah, because that's the overwhelming energy I'm getting here is like, yeah, and also with the 2 of Swords, like not seeing somebody, like the traditional artwork is somebody who is blindfolded and there's 2 swords behind them. So it's like you like he's I don't know what excuse he's gonna use. Yeah, I've just come back now. I feel like he will be cold now because we slept together. That shouldn't be the case, Leah. You know, just because people sleep together, it actually should, and usually does, hopefully bring people closer. But I also get the sense that you're picking up on an energy that he was throwing down. Like maybe it's just F boy energy that's that you're getting here. Um, but I mean, you know that just because a guy sleeps with a girl doesn't mean that he's going to run away. Um, but some guys are like that, and you can usually tell. I've gotten slightly better at identifying it. I think. I hope. You get that sense. Yeah, yeah. I'm already getting that sense, and we haven't even asked the other question yet. But yeah, so it looks like you will get your bag back because that'd be some major theft, girl. Like I'm in the market to purchase a new iPad right now, and they are not cheap. We know that, and they're very necessary for our work and our lives. And yeah, um, so the second question was, will you continue with me now, or is this going to end? Okay, okay. How long have you known each other? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they've been intimate. Angels, messengers, and spirits will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they have been intimate with one another. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they have been intimate with one another. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they have been intimate with one another. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they have been intimate with one another. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they have been intimate. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they've been intimate. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they've been intimate together. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they've been intimate with one another. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides will Pierre's continue engaging with Leah now that they have been intimate. Will they continue? 2 weeks, so not long. Given that he will get someone to drop my bag, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm wondering what the heck is that? That avoidance? Okay, we have judgment reversed. Queen of Wands. Page of Pentacles reversed. The Star reversed. And Three of Pentacles. I feel like he's going to give you some kind of excuse when it comes to the Three of Pentacles. Wow, is also the outsourcing card. It's getting a third person to take care of something, but we're not asking about the returning of your property right now. We're asking, will he continue engaging with you? The answer is yes and no. In the do you guys? I know you mentioned he lives in a dorm. Do you guys go to school with each other? Is that how you know him? Sorry, I need to get closer to the microphone. Do you guys know each other through school? I feel like he is going to engage with you, but only with the Three of Pentacles. I think also talks about his communication being very slow. I've pulled the same card. We go to school together. Okay, okay. It's also about working together too. Like I feel like he is going to engage with you in the context of work, but in the context of like romance, I don't see things being very hopeful or flowing forth in that direction. with this star reversed card. That's like withholding. The star reversed, because the star upright is not withholding of their energy or their communication or their time. Um, they, but the star reversed very much is. It's not to say that he's not attracted to you, Leah, because trust and believe he is, very much so. Well, I'm not going to chase him after I get my bag. Yeah, definitely don't chase this one. Definitely don't chase this one. I'm not getting that from spirit at all. He's not worth it. He's not. He's not even worth it. Some guys are worth the chase. He's not, and I rarely say that. Some guys are worth the chase, but some are. But he does for real have the hots for you. He still thinks you're very attractive. It has nothing to do with that. With this Queen of Wands here, it's that he's very detached. I don't want to name names, but the word F boy keeps on coming to mind here. I get player energy from him. I get that he's, with judgment reversed, he's very much in denial when it comes to his romantic love life. Like I'm saying, with this Queen of Wands, she's like the sexy, hot queen. When we've talked about wands before, girl. Like, it's a very sexual energy. That's part of the realm of the wand. Is what does a wand look like? It's a phallic symbol. It's very sexual in nature. Do I think there's going to be inevitable flirting? Possibly. So it may move from the work realm. But this guy with this judgment reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, he's in major denial of his love life and of moving things forward romantically with women, especially ones whom he's very attracted to. I would almost go so. This is going to sound ridiculous, Leah, but I'm deadly serious. I would almost go so far as to say that if he were less attracted to you, he would probably still keep talking to you. But the fact that he is so wildly attracted to you, he's majorly in denial, and he's denying himself what spirit is saying is going on. Like you got to know he is still very attracted to you. Like, you guys only hooked up like what, yesterday? So of course he is. I just don't care. I want my Coach bag and I want my iPad. He can stand now. Yeah, it sounds like that's the river. That's the river that he's floating down. And I don't know how old he is. I don't like that phrase. Once a player, always a player. But if you've met him while he's like in his player era, he's 20, you're 22. You're so young. I thought you were young. Yeah. So he's extremely young. So that is when I think about when I was around that age and my boyfriends were around that age. I honestly believe that all of them cheated on me. Like, I think they were all in their player era. And I'm not saying that every guy is that's that age, but it is a lot more common. Whereas like guys that are like around my age start to want to rest their laurels. Not all of them, but yeah, that's a very young age, and it doesn't make it okay either. I mean, he can live his life the way he wants to, so long as he returns your stuff and is civilized with you, and not rude and or judgmental towards you in any way, you know. It's yeah. Sounds like he's not a good candidate, love. But it's frustrating because I can understand, because I can see the attractions there on both sides. I just pray he's not a dick when I get my stuff given back to me. Yeah, me too. I want him to remain civilized, remain kind. Or I don't know if he's been kind, but I want him to keep things legit, and absolutely return your stuff, because that's criminal otherwise. Like, seriously. You're so welcome, Leah. You take care, love. You're gonna be fine. This guy, I think he's a schmuck. I don't usually call people names, but it sounds like he's just out to lunch when it comes to anything serious romantically, or like, I don't know, just like basic etiquette, nice bedside manners. I don't know. Very immature, and you're wildly mature and intuitive. So you'd probably do better with a little bit of an older guy. I don't mean like an old man, but like maybe a guy in his like late 20s or so. I'm sure you've dated older guys in their 30s and stuff. They just, I don't know, be more serious, and you're just very mature. Much love and light to you, girl. Yeah, I was the same way. I realized it a little later, like when I was like 23, 24. Well, no, that's not true. I would date slightly older. And I did notice that, yeah, a marked difference in the way dudes behave. What is going on? Not all. I've definitely read for people, and I'll be convinced that we're talking about a dude who's like 20 or something, and he'll be like wild and out, all up in his 70s or something. Like, so, oops, wrong screen. Uh, Men and their maturation rates they're definitely very wildly. Miss Jessica, thank you for your donation, love. I accidentally posted your name under my personal channel. Let's remove that. There we go. Hi, Jessica. I have an interview tomorrow. Yay, congratulations. Will it be a good fit for me? That's exciting, girl. Is this part-time? And is it remote or in office? I'm not asking all these questions. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica's interview go tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica's interview go tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica's interview go tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica's interview go tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica's interview go tomorrow? Oh my god, girl, I start my Judaism conversion classes on Wednesday night, and I couldn't get the book delivered till Wednesday, and I have to read all this material, and I don't know what time it's even going to be delivered. I might be the naughty kid that didn't do their reading. It's part-time. I think it's weekend evening hours, not remote though. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica do at her interview tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica do at her interview tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica do at her interview tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica do at her interview tomorrow? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how will Jessica do at her interview tomorrow? It's exciting. Hope it goes well. More so, is the job a good fit for me? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. We'll rephrase it. It's fine. I hear you. Not so much how the interview will go, but is the job good fit for you? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job that Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job that Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job that Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job that Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job that Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the job Jessica is interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Angels, messengers, and Spirit guides, is the job Jessica's interviewing for tomorrow a good fit for her? Yes, I'm not worried about the interview. They probably need me more than I need them. I just want to balance everything well and get paid decent. Yeah, for sure. All right, we have the Tower, Three of Swords, Five of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and Nine of Wands reversed. It's not a great fit, girl. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. You know enough about tarot, but I'll get into it with you. Yeah, starting with the Tower. I mean, I normally don't always see the Tower as disaster is on the horizon, but in this case with these cards, the only card here that I like is the Eight of Pentacles, so I'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, I see huge disappointment with the Three of Swords. Yeah, huge disappointment. And I still think you should interview. I'm sure you will. But truthfully, suss it out, you know, and I like definitely suss it out because I'm seeing Three of Swords, major disappointment. Even the art is very similar here. Are you seeing this? The cat has its head in its hands. With Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. With the Five of Cups is feelings of regret, like regretting a decision. So yeah, I think you're gonna slay tomorrow, just like you said. I'm sure you'll slay, no doubt, and they need you more than you need them. It's it's a lot. It's I feel like it's going to be a very toxic environment with this Nine of Wands reversed. Great to not go in thinking I found a great fit and be too excited. Yeah. I want some clarity too on this Nine of Wands reversed. Um, yeah. Struggling, feeling fatigued, feeling overworked. Like I feel like they would definitely really try to get as much out of you as possible as an employee. The pay's decent with the Eight of Pentacles. The pay's decent, but is it worth all these troubles that I'm seeing here? It doesn't look like it. I think you've gotten paid better in the past. And I believe that there are opportunities for you to get paid better in the near future, in the present, right now. You know, maybe within like a week or something, even something popping up. So yeah, it's you know, entertainment purposes only, but those are some very, very heavy cards there. All of them are very, very heavy, and very similar in what they're saying. Similar message there. So yeah, I mean, I would recommend, you know, for sure going. Still, every interview is a great way to, you know, practice. But you're also really intuitive. You'll if it is a very toxic environment, I think you're gonna pick it up immediately. You'll feel the energies that I just saw here. You're very welcome, Jessica. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. And I hope I brought you some clarity there. You're gonna find something great. I know it. And yeah, you basically confirmed, you know, your own thing, that they need you more than you need them. Alright, let's see. Okay, so the donation queue is currently open. It's so cool. It's so much cooler typing with short nails. It's very liberating. So yeah, the donation donation queue is currently open, everyone. If you have a question tonight, now would be a great time because I'm going to be on for about another 10 minutes. Thank you. Yes, I will see you again too. Let me know how things go. Now I really want to know. And I'm glad that we picked up on that. Much love and light to you, Jessica. Thank you. Hi, Leah. Yes, I am still doing readings. How are you doing? Yeah, I was going to stay on for about another 10 minutes. So I'm definitely still taking donations if you have a question, Mark. That's funny. I have another client called Leah, and I read for her like right before I read for Jessica just now. It's so funny. Spelled differently, though. Thank you very much, Leah, for your donation. Did you have 2 questions, or did you want a 10-card reading? Can I get a general message from Spirit? Absolutely. Yeah. And Leah, what is your sign again? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient messengers and spirit guides, please provide Leah with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Thank you. Okay, Miss Leah. We have the Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords reversed. Wait, is this King? Sorry, Queen of Swords reversed. My bad. Page of Cups reversed. Six of Swords reversed. The Fool reversed. Queen of Cups. Six of Cups. King of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. And Four of Pentacles reversed. Very interesting. Interesting batch of energies here. So what I'm loving from the get-go is the start here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups. I don't know what your love life is like right now, if you're currently seeing somebody, or if that's something, or if you're single and you want to see somebody, but your cup is going to be full in the not so distant future when it comes to love. If you are already in a relationship, I see things improving in that connection. If you're not, I see you finding someone. But I see you being very, very emotionally, romantically satisfied. You're single? Okay, yeah, wait, that's not going to be for much longer. There's somebody out there, and I see him, this King of Pentacles. You haven't met him yet. Page of Cups reverse, King of Pentacles, but this is him. Oh my goodness. I normally don't say this, Leah. Well, it's not that often that I get to tell people that love is just around the corner. I do get to tell people that, absolutely. But, it's not the most common message. But that's what Spirit is saying is, you're the Queen of Cups here. You are a water sign. I normally, but this is what I also normally don't say. I normally don't like stick too strongly to, oh, he's going to be an earth sign or he's going to be a water sign. But I do actually think he is going to be an earth sign, hun. I think either, with the King of Pentacles, I think most likely he's going to be a Taurus, but he could also be a Virgo. He could also be a Capricorn. But I do get very heavy earth energy here. I'm also getting two messages from Spirit when it comes to this Page of Cups reversed. Page of Cups is the crush card. The Page of Cups is someone popping into your life. Like the traditional artwork, I don't know how familiar you are with it, but it's somebody who's holding, the page is holding a cup, and a fish is jumping, I don't forget it's into their cup or out of their cup, but no, into their cup. It's like they're right near the water and a fish is jumping right into their cup. It's new love, it's new inspiration. And there's two things here that Spirit wants me to tell you. You have not met this guy yet. You haven't met this fellow. You don't know him. You haven't met him. I don't know if you put yourself out there. I don't know how often you like go out, if you are involved in like singles groups or like meetup groups or shared interests, or I don't want to say it, but online dating even, like dating apps, whatever. Most people are anti, so I don't even like suggesting it, but there's definitely people have definitely found partners on dating apps. It has happened. But Spirit is saying that you've got to put yourself out there more, if you're not already, because then he's not going to be able to find you. Conversely, and I've gotten this message too, love, as a single person. I've gotten this from Spirit, like, girl, you got to put yourself out there. Like, even if you don't like the dating apps, find some other way to let the world know, like, hey, this is me. I'm single. This is the type of person I'm looking to be with. This is the type of relationship I want. Because if it's like finding anything else: housing, a job, a school. You've got to apply. You gotta let the world know that it's something that it's a journey that you want to embark on. And speaking of embarking on journeys, we have this Fool reversed and the Four of Pentacles reversed here. So there may be some reticence in putting yourself out there, Leah, with this Fool reversed card, and it could stem from past experiences that didn't go so well in love. This Four of Pentacles reversed, but that's also what the Fool reversed is all about, and that's actually the wisdom of the Fool in its upright position. The Fool is actually the wisest man in the deck in his upright position, because and I've talked about this with other clients of mine too, single clients. Like, it's scary. Dating can be very scary. We're putting our hearts out there. We're putting ourselves out there. Ideally, don't give your heart away too soon. But get to know people. Even just getting to know people can be scary. You don't know if there's going to be rejection, and you got to be able to handle it if it does happen, because it may. It's something that may happen along the road. You might go on a date, and the guy doesn't do it for you. On to the next one, But if you don't take that first step out of fear of getting hurt, you'll also never find that love that Spirit is saying they see that you want. I don't know if you really want love right now, but Spirit often wants to see us happy with another person, but usually only if they know it's something that we would welcome in our lives. So it is something, it's a desire they're aware of. I see that here. We've got this Queen of Swords reversed, this Six of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely, oh my gosh, yeah, Queen of Swords reversed and Six of Cups. Yeah, you've definitely been wounded in the past, romantically. The Queen of Swords reversed, she had, and I'm not saying you're bitter, you're a bitter person at all. But there are some things that you've been through in your dating life that have been hard to get over. Um, People doing you dirty, people disappointing you, um, and it can be difficult. I was hurt by an air sign. I'm so sorry. On behalf of all an air sign, on behalf of all air signs, I apologize. That's rough. And yeah, also with the swords, was it a Libra by any chance? Because I see that here with the Six of Cups. The Spirit is saying you got it. Six of Cups is all about staying in the present moment, which can be much easier said than done. Gemini, okay. Well, I apologize. I've been hurt by Geminis myself. Friends, like romantic partners, like yeah, I mean, getting hurt by anyone is rough, but I'm really sorry. Yeah, and Spirit is saying to not look back. It's ironic because the artwork on this card, that's exactly what this kitty cat's doing, is looking back. Six of Cups is actually a reminder, yes, it's fine to look back at the past with warm nostalgia, but looking back at the past, in the ways that we were hurt, and replaying that in our mind, that can definitely instill some very real fear and can really prevent you from staying in the present moment and staying on track, and just focusing on you now, and whoever is coming to your life, sooner than later here. Yeah, Spirit is saying it's time to sail on, to move past that pain. Easier said than done. You take however long you feel you need to heal, is what I say. With the Six of Swords reverse, Six of Swords is getting in one's metaphorical boat and moving to calmer waters, and not looking back, at the past, but starting something fresh and new, something really important, like a new journey. See how he's embarking on this journey? The Ace of Pentacles. It's a rich and fortuitous journey, and it starts with this Wheel of Fortune, babes. This first card, your luck is going to change. Things are going to change. Don't predicate the past on your present. Okay, it can be hard too. Like it's hard for me to practice what I preach sometimes, but sometimes I get stuck in the past, in the wheel of the past, and you know, I'm not just saying to simply forget about things and just move on, because it's not that easy. We get hurt, we get wounded, we need to heal. But just know that Spirit is really really hammering it on home that things are going to really turn around in a super positive way, in the way that you want to see it happen, because they know what you want. I don't know if you pray, I don't know if you talk to your angels or your spirit guides, but they knew, that love is something that you want, um, and they want it for you. Like I said, they've already picked the guy. The guy is already out there. It's just about meeting him, um, and they're doing what they need to on the other side to help facilitate that, of course. But yeah, Earth sign. Earth is much better with water than air, romantically, I would say. Um, I see a lot of success with water signs and earth signs, all the time. Um, so yeah, girl, get ready, buckle up tight, because things are gonna start rolling forward, in a direction that you, um, have wanted, and like, the clearer you can be, you're very welcome. And also the clearer you can be in your thoughts and prayers, visualizing and manifesting, like the clearer you can be about what you want, the type of guy you'd want to be with, and how he would treat you and how you would treat him, and the things you would do for one another, the clearer you can be about it, the 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 easier it is for Spirit to, deliver. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so I have been on for 2 hours now, so I'm going to do a last call for all donations tonight. If you have a question that you need answering, please let me know. Send your donation, and I'm more than happy to read for you. I won't be on. I didn't see Crystal tonight. I was hoping to see Crystal. Um, I will not be on tomorrow. And I likely will not be on Wednesday. In fact, I will likely not be able to go on Wednesdays from this point on. I might be able to go on Wednesday, but I've got a lot of reading I need to do, unfortunately. So if I do go on, it might just be for like an hour or so. But yeah, definitely tomorrow can't do. Unless I'm, well, I have work from 2 to 5. I have a class. So unless I'm just like blessed with lots of energy from spirit, I might do a late night tomorrow, because Wednesday is going to be almost impossible. But with that being said, like, I have people come in all the time and go, oh, I really needed a reading from you earlier today, but you weren't on. I always take private readings at no additional donation amount, and I will read for you offline if I'm not on. Not a problem. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you so much. All of my donation information can be found right there at the top of the chat. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight for all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for all donations. If you have a question, now would be the time to send your donation in. Thank you. This was like the worst gel manicure I had ever gotten. I am not going to be returning to that salon. Like, I've never had a gel manicure like get all scraggly at the ends. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Alright, everybody. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all so very much. And I will do my best to see you tomorrow night.